welcome back to Food Prep Guide. We're back today with another pantry mix video. Today's recipe is going to be a vegetable dip. This is like your dry mix that you would find at the grocery store, but we're going to make it homemade and control the ingredients and make it healthier, and we can know exactly what's going into it. It's the kind of thing that you would mix with sour cream and use to dip some carrot sticks, celery sticks, something like that, or even some chips into it. In case you haven't heard, we are working on our next cookbook called Mix in Jars, and it will be filled with recipes just like this one, dry ingredients in jars that you can fill your pantry with, and then just add a few ingredients when you go to serve it, and basically you're making your own homemade convenience foods. If you have not entered the giveaway for that, the book is not ready yet, but the giveaway is open. The link is in the description box. If you have trouble accessing the description box on your device, go ahead and comment vegetable mix down in the description box below, and we will send you the link directly into a comment that way. Okay, let's get started. We are going to make this mix directly in a 1 pint jar. Now this recipe can very easily be doubled and be stored inside a quart jar, but we're just going to do a pint jar today. So the first ingredient is going to be our thickener. This can be arrowroot powder, which is what I'm going to be using today. You can also use cornstarch or potato starch. I'm using arrowroot powder. It is my preferred thickener, and we need 3 teaspoons of whatever type of starch that you want to use. 3 teaspoons. 2 and 3. And to that we will add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Next is 1 teaspoon of tomato powder. And just a quick tip, if you are ever out of tomato powder and you want to make some quickly, I actually will dehydrate my barbecue sauce. This was something that I discovered when I needed to rotate through my pantry. By that I mean if I have something in the pantry that's not getting used in the state that it's in, I will turn it into a different state and then find new ways to use that. And that happened with the barbecue sauce. We weren't going through our home canned barbecue sauce quickly enough. I think I freeze dried this. Sometimes I dehydrate, sometimes I freeze dry. It just depends on what device I want to use at the time or which one is available to me at the time. I believe this was freeze dried, but I freeze dried the barbecue sauce, and now I use it as tomato powder because it is simply tomato sauce that is seasoned. So it's kind of like a seasoned tomato powder. And it's just a really easy way to get something very similar to tomato powder on your shelf without spending a lot of money. You can just go to the store and buy a bottle of barbecue sauce or just a jar of tomato sauce and dehydrate it or freeze dry it. So I'm using barbecue sauce powder today, but you can absolutely just use plain tomato powder. Both ways work great. We need 1 teaspoon of tomato powder. And then 1 teaspoon of onion powder. 1 teaspoon of onion powder. This is a little bit flaky and clumpy because I just recently ground up some freeze-dried onions to get that powder. Okay, so after this, we're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder. Now this is optional. I mean, everything is optional in this recipe. Absolutely customize it to how you would like. But the turmeric powder gives it a beautiful color, and it's not really so much for flavor. It really is more for color, natural coloring. So we're just going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder to get that beautiful color in there. Okay, next is going to be 4 tablespoons of beef broth powder. Y'all know Orrington Farms is my favorite brand. You can absolutely use any other kind of broth cubes or anything like that if you would like. Okay, so we need 4 tablespoons of our beef broth powder. 1, 2. I know this is a vegetable dip, so if you are vegetarian, then you can absolutely swap this out with vegetable powder or vegetable bouillon. But if you're not vegetarian, the beef broth powder is really, really good in this dip. Okay, there's that. So we need 3 tablespoons of dried tomatoes. Now, right now, we are getting into our dehydrated vegetables that are going into this recipe. Here are just a few of them. As I put each one of these in the mix, I'm going to be crumbling them with my hands. I don't want to powder them because we are going to powder vegetables in just a minute for this recipe, but we also still want some texture and some chunkiness to this dip. But we don't want whole, I don't want like a whole cherry tomato in it, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to be kind of crushing them with my hand as I put them in there. I wanted to also note that, let me put these back, you can use, anytime I say dried vegetable, you can use freeze-dried or dehydrated. The only difference is going to be how long you need to let your vegetable dip sit in the refrigerator once you mix it with something like sour cream or mayonnaise or a blend of the two. Dehydrated vegetables are going to want to sit a little bit longer in the fridge in your sour cream, whereas freeze-dried is going to be ready to go within minutes. This is like, just to give you an example, this is freeze-dried, this is dehydrated, and this is freeze-dried. So even in this one mixture, I'm using a mixture of dehydrated and freeze-dried. So it truly doesn't matter. Please don't think that if I say freeze-dried that you can't do it if you don't have freeze-dried. Just use dehydrated vegetables, okay? With that out of the way, let's put them in there. So we need 3 tablespoons of dried tomatoes. Is this vacuum sealed? Yes. Okay, so 3 tablespoons. And this is going to be kind of difficult to measure out, but what I'm going to do is kind of crush them over my tablespoon right here. So we have 1, 2, and these are kind of heaping tablespoons. That's just kind of how it is when you have chunky vegetables, and that's fine. So it doesn't have to be exact. This is just a vegetable dip, y'all. It's not something that we have to have really precise measurements for. So 3 tablespoons of dehydrated or freeze-dried tomatoes. Next is 3 tablespoons of dehydrated carrots. Sometimes I have dices, sometimes I have shreds. I think this is vacuum sealed as well. There we go. This time I'm using shreds, but I'm still going to kind of crumble it up a little bit as I put it in there. This is dehydrated, not freeze-dried. Just like that. So 1. Obviously some is falling into the jar. That's not getting measured, but again, it doesn't have to be precise. 2 tablespoons and 3 tablespoons. Okay. Next, we're going to do 2 tablespoons of dehydrated cabbage. There's 1. Oops, don't want the oxygen absorber. And working on 2-ish. Okay. Next is going to be 2 tablespoons of dried peas. These are freeze-dried. Again, I'm just going to crush them over. This is going to be harder to crush because they're so slippery. I'm just going to use my finger and kind of crush them a little bit more. The peas are harder to crush than the other ones, even in freeze-dried form. I mean, they're still easier to crush in freeze-dried form versus dehydrated, but still harder to crush than the carrots or the cabbage. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of dried peas. Next, we're going to do 2 teaspoons of dried minced onions. One and 2. Next is going to be 2 tablespoons of minced dried peppers. These are bell peppers. If you want to have it a little bit spicy, you can absolutely use, any kind of pepper that you like, but we stick to bell peppers. So I'm going to do 1. These are already minced, so I'm not going to crush them up so much. I'm just going to do 1 and 2. Let me show you how minced they are and kind of how small they are. If they were bigger chopped than this, then I would crush them up first. So 2 tablespoons of dried peppers. And then we're going to do 2 teaspoons of salt. Where's my salt? Here it is. 2 teaspoons of salt. 1 and 2. Okay, I think that's it for the whole ones. Now we're going to work on our powder, I think. Let me make sure. Yes, okay. So the other ingredient, the final ingredient to this is going to be a blend of mixed vegetables. So again, you can use dehydrated or freeze-dried. These are freeze-dried mixed vegetables. These are the 99-cent frozen vegetable blend in your freezer aisle. Of course, you know, prices will vary, but they're usually around $1, maybe $1 and change. I like to stock up on them when they're on sale, and I will dehydrate or freeze dry them because they have so many different uses. So what we need to do is actually powder these. If I were using dehydrated, I would have to run these through a coffee grinder, but these are freeze-dried, so they crush very, very easily. But since these are freeze-dried, I'm going to use half a cup of this mixture. If you're using dehydrated mixed vegetables, they condense down a lot more than freeze-dried vegetables. So if you're using a dehydrated blend, use a 1/4 cup. If you're using freeze-dried blend like I am today, use half a cup. And I do want to note that the measurements are before we powder them. Okay, so half a cup of these freeze-dried vegetables. Pick up the ones that I dropped. This is carrots, peas, green beans, and corn. Carrots, peas, green beans, and corn. Now, freeze-dried vegetables powder extremely easily, so I don't need a grinder. I'm just going to take my little pestle here thing, whatever this thing is called, and mix it and grind it that way. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we do want them to be more of a powdered consistency versus whole and crunchy like our other vegetables were. To get this super duper fine, definitely run this through a food processor or a coffee grinder. Mine is actually sitting in the dish board right now, my dishwasher drainer, so it still has some moisture in it. My blender does, and I don't want to risk any of that moisture getting into this freeze-dried powder because it would ruin it. And since I want this mix to be completely shelf-stable for a while, that would be a big deal. So I am just mixing this up and powdering it as much as I can with my fingers, and with every now and then I'm picking out something that's super hard. That corn will not crush. So, but you get the idea. You want to powder up half a cup of vegetables if freeze-dried, or a 1/4 cup of vegetables if dehydrated, and then add that straight to your jar. And that is it. Let me put a lid on here and mix it up. And I just got back from vacation, so my refrigerator is extremely empty. I need to go to the grocery store. But to make this up, you would normally use an 8-ounce container of sour cream, 1 cup of mayonnaise, and then a half a cup of this mixture. I don't have much sour cream today, so I'm not going to use that much, but I am going to mix up just a little bit so you can see the color and the texture of kind of what this dip looks like. But here is kind of the dip mixture. You can see we have a nice powdered blend with some still chunky vegetables mixed in there. Oh, those are cherry tomatoes. I thought that was a big piece of corn. It's a piece of cherry tomato. Okay, so let me grab some sour cream. I'm just going to mix it into the sour cream. Like I said, my fridge is very, very low from coming back on vacation. So let me get that real quick and I will show you what it looks like. Okay, so I've already given you the directions for if you want to make a full-size batch of this using an 8-ounce container of sour cream, but I will say that I never measure with this dip. I just get out ever how much dip I think that we need for whatever we're using it for, which is usually just snacking, and the measurements don't have to be precise when you're just using it as a dip for snacking, you know? So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of this in there, maybe 2 tablespoons. Give that a good stir. I would normally mix in mayonnaise with this, like I said. even without mayonnaise, it's still a delicious dip just with sour cream. Okay, here's what it's looking like. You can see it has a slightly orange tint to it. That's that turmeric. And you can see it still has some chunkiness to it. That's those vegetables that we didn't powder. But there's still lots of vegetables in there because we did powder a whole half cup. At this point, you just enjoy it. Dip whatever you want into it. Chips, carrots, celery, cauliflower, broccoli. This dip is excellent with all of those, okay? Okay, y'all, don't forget to enter the giveaway. We are so excited to release the cookbook soon. We don't have a date yet, but enter the giveaway while the giveaway is still open. If you have trouble accessing the description box, don't forget to comment vegetable mix down in the description box below. I'll send you the link that way. Okay, that's all for today, and we'll see you next time. Bye.